Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Johnny and I'm back with a brand new video. And first off, before I start this video, I just want to say that I'm sorry for not putting out as many videos as I was. I ran into some problems with my computer. I had to replace the hard drive and get everything fixed and situated with that before I can actually edit my videos, because all my stuff was on this computer. So I had to get all that stuff fixed, and I did. So I'm gonna be doing more frequent videos now. I've been busy though, and that's one of the reasons as well. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, but in good news, I finally am about to buy a brand new camera, professional camera, and it'll be HD quality. I'll be able to, it's a DSLR, and I might even do a review on that camera once I get it. But just a heads up for you guys, be getting more high quality videos, and I'll be doing more vlogs to let you guys know like kind of what I do on a day-to-day basis and everything. So look out for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like, drop a comment, and yeah. So today we're gonna be going over my experience in Navy boot camp. So I'm kind of just gonna talk through it. If I remember things or whatever comes up, I'm gonna let you guys know like what I went through and basically the differences after I went through it. I signed up, of course, and went through the MEPS process and all that. So let's kind of skip that and go in, because everyone goes through that. They know how the process is. If you don't, then basically that's, you go to MEPS, which is the processing center to get into the military. So you go through that, and whatever, get through that, get your date that you're going, you fly out to Chicago. So here I am flying out to Chicago. Obviously everyone's nervous and everything and all that, exactly how I was. Get there, everything's rushing through my head. I don't know, it's just like, it's basically a culture shock. It was a culture shock for me. The first 2 weeks were the hardest weeks, because it was just like, we weren't doing that much. It was just processing and all that boring stuff, which didn't really get your mind off of everything else that you were going through. It didn't get your mind off home, basically. So I was still thinking about other stuff, and it was just hard to focus when we weren't even really doing that much except processing and going through other stuff. That was the hardest 2 weeks, and then after that it started to get easier. You come together as a division, like team wise, everyone's there and they're going through the same thing. So other people's situations are different, obviously, depending on where they came from and what family or background. Obviously everyone's going to be different in the military, diversity and everything. It started to get easier after the second week. I started to get used to stuff. You got the plan of the day, you follow it, you do what you got to do, go to sleep, get up early, and do what they tell you. That's it, basically. I didn't really have a problem with following rules. I just kind of stayed under the radar. That would be my advice. If you're already an E3 going in because of either JROTC or something else, then kind of just stay under the radar. You don't have to do extra stuff because you're not going to rank up. But if you want to, go ahead. So I came in as a E2, but I was still under the radar. I was like, all right, let me just stay under, and so I won't get too much attention drawn to me. And the petty officers like kind of pick on certain people depending on if they're messing up all the time or they're back talking. There was people back talking, and they were just getting punished for doing that. I decided to stay under the radar, and that worked out for me in the end. I got through it, I did what I had to do, and that was it. As the weeks go on, basically we grew closer and closer as a division. Teamwork came into play, all that stuff. We helped each other out if we saw that they needed help, and like friendships became, like as a division, there was like a whole bunch of crazy stuff that went on, like because at night the RDCs would leave and then there would be like rap battles at night. There would be like just beatboxing, like all stuff, like, because we would stay up because that would be our only time to like cool down and have to ourselves. That basically would be the only time to write letters or chill, talk freely with people, laugh, do whatever. People would be working out in the back, doing push-ups and stuff. Like, that was like where we came together, and like we stayed up sometimes. Some people go to sleep, it doesn't matter. That was like the funnest part of boot camp for me, like, because we would grow, we would like learn about each other, friendships and everything come together, and like just have fun, you know. Like, you find that even in the worst situations or hard situations, you find a way to cope. Still stay in touch with some people from boot camp, and some people have gotten out, some people are still in. Navy boot camp is not physically demanding, it's mentally demanding, because you're putting yourself away from everything that you came from, and you're adjusting to this life instead of your old life. So it's just like all of a sudden hits you and you're there. Mentally grew on me and made me mentally stronger than I was before I came in. Certain things don't affect me, like being away from people, or I find it easier to cope with certain things because that was like one of the hardest things to coming from a big family and whatnot. Mental stuff comes easier to me. I'm better focused on things when I put my mind to it. It's like I'm zoned in on stuff and nothing else really affects me. So mentally it does help you. Me, it did affect me in a positive mental way. It made me mentally stronger and easier to handle certain things. So that's one thing I taken from boot camp that actually helped me in life. If anything you take away from boot camp, obviously you're gonna learn everything that you have to do and whatnot, but take away something for yourself and come out mentally stronger than you were. Aside from all that, boot camp was fun towards the end when we knew the light at the end of the tunnel was in view, and we were all excited to graduate and all that stuff, so we were all hyped up for that. And it was just fun because we got to do other certain stuff that we couldn't do before. Like, they call it like recruit heaven, where you go and it's like an arcade and you could buy food at the next, where whatever you want, like monsters, candy, any food, any stuff you need, they let you do that towards the end. And you could buy like regular food. They got like Subway there, Taco Bell, or whatever else is there now. And that was fun. Like, they allowed us to do whatever we want. Go play games, go on the computer, go whatever. Kinda on the computer, but certain stuff only. Like, I think you could go on Facebook. I'm not sure. But anyways, that's basically my experience. If you guys want me to make a second part, let me know, because obviously I didn't want to make a long video for you guys to sit through. I just wanted to share some of my experience with boot camp and pinpoint certain things. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like, drop a comment. If you haven't already checked out my gaming videos, I know some of you guys are only here for Navy videos, but feel free to check out those, and I'll see you guys next time.